Good evening, everyone. This is Pam. Thank you for joining us on this. I guess you could say, to me, it's hot, but I don't know what the temperature is where y'all at. But hey, welcome. Please hit the like, subscribe, share this video out to let everybody know that your girl is live. Hi, cousin Angela. How you doing? Hi, everybody else out there in La La Land, YouTube streets. Well, welcome. The thumbs up and the fireworks are for everybody that's going to watch the replay and that's in the bushes. So don't forget to hit the like um, and subscribe if you have not. I would love to have you a part of the family. Um, Also, put in your state and what you cook for dinner. Cause I ain't cook anything. Like I've been so lazy. But hey, it is what it is. So we're gonna talk about some wonderful items that I think you all should add to your stockpile. If you are stocking, if you're not stocking, it's still 10 things that you can add to your list. So yeah, guys. Um what I was going to say. I don't know how many people that like. I'm just literally like, okay, this. Oh, okay, yeah, this right here. I'm trying to find my little list because I had a little list, and I'm gonna make sure I got down what I really wanted. Man, I need to literally clean out my doggone phone. Cause baby, when I say I got a lot of stuff in my phone that needs to be in the trash. Yeah, trying to figure out what I did with my list. Mm, I don't think. Okay, I got it. I got my list. Sure. So, guys, what y'all doing on this Tuesday evening? Yeah, that's what it is. Lord knows, I was like, okay, what is today? When you busy, you doing stuff, and all you get up and you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. Sometimes you just lose track of the day. And then, not to mention, I didn't even know the time had went back. It went back, and I realized that the time is just going by slow. How many of you guys like when the time go back, or do y'all like it when it go forward? Seems like when it go forward, it seems like the days go by faster. But when the time go back, uh, they seem like they're so slow. But ain't nothing we can do about it but adjust to it. So I do like it when the time go up. Like you gain an extra hour. Well, that's what they say. You gain an extra hour. I don't know. I don't know how it works. And well, to be honest, we're gonna be talking about 10 prepping items that I think you should add to your stockpile or to start a stockpile. If you don't start a stockpile, then that you're well in your rights. Hey, Happy Mac. Hey, Pam. So tense, my toofuses are gonna snap out my head. Girl, see, I don't have to deal with no toothaches. I don't got to deal with no toothache, thank God. But what did you take? Do you have anything to put on the Happy Mac? Woohoo, love prepping. Girl, you and me both. Like, I dream of being on my land and doing all the things that I used to do, like start back doing everything that I used to do. And it kind of bothers me that I'm not doing it now, but as you know, I'm still at the house with my daughter, so yeah. But prepping, being prepared for God knows what, life be lifing. That's one thing for sure. Life gonna life, and we don't have control over certain things. Like when certain things happen, people lose jobs, the grocery bill gets to the point that you sit and say enough is enough. I need to do something different. So if you gardening and growing your own food, that's a major plus because there are so many ways that you can prep using your own harvest if you are a grower gardener. So like I know the different ways that I'm interested in prepping and preserving food will be just depends on what it is, you know. Hey Shay, how you doing? Welcome in, sis. Welcome in. I can't wait till you move. Girl, you said a mouthful. You typed the mouthful right there. I can't wait neither. So, um, the different ways that I've been researching on prepping, and I know I started pressure canning last year, which I really like it, you know, because especially if you prepping stuff that you grew and making meals for your family, that's even more better, you know. So, like the different ways that I want to prep would be dehydrating, water bath can, and pressure canning. I do have a steam canner, so I most definitely want to try and use it. I didn't get a chance to use my steam canner, but I did watch another YouTuber steam can. That's how I learned about the steam canner. So I think that's going to be interesting when I finally find out how to use it. Um, okay. Dehydrating, pressure can of water bathing, steam canning, um, freeze drying, and what other types of preservation do people do besides the ones that I just named? I pressure canned some eggplant chili today. Oh, girl, look, I ain't never had eggplant. My grandma used to make an eggplant casserole, and I always turned my nose up to her making certain things. Like never tried it, like and till I seen Homestead Heart pressure can some eggplant. Is it eggplant chili? And she said eggplant something started with a C. And I was like, ooh. When she did it, it looked delicious. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have to try it. If I don't like the eggplant, when I finally taste it, I can always donate it to somebody. You know, give it to somebody who like it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that I get the opportunity to try some of these things that you guys have been growing and I didn't know anything about. Um Zeta Rose, hey, how you doing? Um Crystal loves her steam canner. Maybe I need one. Mm, who is Crystal Happy Matt? Is it another YouTuber? But I can't remember the lady name who I learned from. Um, she rebel cans too. Shay said not caponata. Is that how you pronounce it? Caponata, eggplant caponata. Okay, I think that's how you pronounce it. Smoking meats, but I gotta say I don't care at all for dried fish. Jerky is good. Okay. So do any of you guys have a freeze dryer? I'm like, man, when that thing came out, that was a game changer. You know what I'm saying? Um, don't get me wrong, I do like preserving, yeah. Rebel canners is great. Yeah, I mean it just depends because I did go on Amazon. I went on Amazon to see if they had Rebel canning recipe books, and they do, and they do. So I put some of those in my cart, guys. Yeah. Hey, cousin. Hey, y'all. I love stuffed eggplant. See, I've never had an eggplant. Now, I've never had eggplant, Brussels sprouts, asparagus. I just tasted zucchini this year because of Miss Alice. Miss Alice had some white zucchini, and it called Goshen. Baker's Creek had it. It was pretty good because her daughter made some chili, some vegetable chili with zucchini, and she had ground turkey. She had all the mixed vegetables and stuff in it. And when I say it was good, Lord knows it was good. Hey, Laura, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, I would love a freeze dry, but that's a lot of girl. What you said, but you know, Happy Mac, they have a Harvest Right has a layaway plan that you can put one in the layaway and pay on it as you go. So the different types of can. What would be y'all favorite type of food preservation, especially if you are gardeners? If you're not a gardener and you still preserve food, what would be your favorite? So Zeta is speaking to everybody. If anybody wants to come up, I dropped the link. Okay, so we'll get into the 10 things. We'll get into the 10 things that I have compiled. So, and then some of you guys, if it's something that you want me to add to the list, then we can do that as well. Um, so Happy Max says, I grow. Wait a minute, did I drop that link? Yeah, I did. I grow the Kusa. Is that Kusa zucchini? It's a Middle Eastern gray zucchini, but it is not as watery when you cook it. Oh, okay. So Shay said candy because it is shelf stable. And okay, gotcha. Mm, I don't know who that is up there texting folks. Stop texting people. I'll be texting y'all when y'all be in the middle of doing stuff. Stop texting me when Tampa doing doing stuff. So Shay said no refrigerator needed. So okay. So dehydrating, that means no canning needed. Water bathing, pressure canning, steam canning. And I follow this young lady called, her channel name is Make It Make. And she canned some breads, like zucchini bread. Um, it's different types of breads that you can. But what she used was her oven. And that was supposed to be shelf stable for a year, having bread, canned bread. And she bought canned bread from the store, like in a regular can. And so she went and decided to make canned bread on her own. So she followed the USDA recipe guidelines for canning safely bread. And she made it look so easy. So I know, yeah, that's something that I would love to do to put on a shelf. Canned bread, zucchini bread, cornbread, anything that's convenient. If you can't make bread at the moment, why not be able to grab a jar off the shelf? Hey, who knows? So, what we're going to be talking about tonight, guys, is the 10 preps or 10 stocking items or prep items that I think people should put basic items in their stockpile. If you don't have a stockpile, start one. It don't have to be big. It don't have to be massive. Like some people have, I watch some preppers that have stockpiles that looks like straight grocery stores. Like they live from eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack from their pantries. Um, when they do grocery shop, they buy in bulk. So I do like that part where if you can grow the majority of your food and then preserve that food, that's a plus. But if you can't and you still have to rely on the big box stores, buy in bulk. If you can do that, that'll save you a ton of money too. I kicked my own self out of the chair. Please don't be doing that. What you kicking yourself out the chair for, Happy Back? But um, so the first thing we're gonna talk about, we've been talking about canning, the number one. So if you got your paper and your pen, I'm gonna give y'all a second to grab your paper and your pencil so you can write some stuff down if you want to. If not, you can always rewatch the video and get the information that you need. So number one, we have already been, it's been, Happy Max said, it's been a day. Girl, don't you tell me it's been a day. I was so sleepy today. I got up and went out there at Uber and I was like, Lord, it's got to be something else I can do. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I most definitely counting down the days till I go to land on the 18th. So I'm counting down the days. Like I'm like, it's got to be something better than this. But anyway, so if you got your pen on your piece of paper, or if you're ready, put a one in the chat. Guys, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. My fingers be flippy, yep. And the fireworks for those of you all that's in the back, in the bushes that's supporting and listening. Okay, Happy Max says she ready. She's ready. I've been in a singing mood all evening. I was talking to Zeta Rose, said she ready. She ready. Talking to Don't Hurt the Hobbs, and every time she said something, I was singing. Shay said she ready. So we ready. So number one is canning slash preserving food. So we have been talking about that because I be excited when it comes to preserving food. Like literally, if you got the space, or if you got a closet, that's something, that's space that you can use, or an extra bedroom that you can use that it's not really being used for nothing, that makes a great storeroom. That makes a great place to put you some shelves up, label the shelves with what you're gonna put on it, and oh Lord, you just don't know. Canning, preserving food, being able to say, I did this, in the event something happens, you never know if somebody lose a job, somebody gets sick, or you can't go out your door for nothing. Just the fact that you can walk around your house or in a spot that you done put up some food is a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's a great feeling. When I got sick last year, 2 years ago, when I got sick with the CD, um, I was already prepping when oh, okay, Jigs, okay. Does anyone water glass eggs? I have been seeing a lot of videos of that lately. Okay, Shay, we do anybody want to answer Shay? Because I started water glassing and it was different. It was different. So we'll talk about that. I'm not gonna forget that one. Hey, so blessed, welcome in. Do any of you guys water glass eggs? I think water glass and eggs in one of those clear 1 gallon jars is best. Then you can actually see the eggs. But when I water glass my eggs, I put it in one of the 3 gallon buckets which was fine, but it's just the visual thing for me. So the next time I do it again, it will be in like the pickle jars, the big 1 gallon jars glass, because I think I like the fact that I can actually see it in there. And then you can actually see if anything goes wrong, turns or colors or whatever. With the 3 gallon bucket, it was fine. It held its own. But nah, I think I'm gonna do a different method on that. Yes, and it worked. But I haven't done it in a while because I got free eggs from my friend now. Oh, snap a doodle, happy, happy, Matt. So, guys, we can't. Number one is so blessed. We're talking about the 10 things. Um, about 10 things. Yes, you can say Great Depression prepping. Because you never know. I'm not gonna call it that because I rather say anything goes prepping because life does happen. We don't know what to expect. Nobody expects to wake up and lose their job. Nobody expects to wake up and a spouse or somebody is sick or can't do anything. So why not have a few extra things on the side? Canning and preserving food will give you that comfort. When I got sick with pneumonia and I had C-19, I was sick 30 days. And this is before I got into the garden community. I didn't know anything about you guys until after I lost my house last year. But before then, starting in 2018, I started being a prepper. I started buying any and everything extra that I could get my hands on, whether it be canned goods, non-perishable items, battery, flashlight, covers, um, medical supplies. It just no matter what it was, I started prepping in 2018. When I moved here in 2019, I moved that stuff that I had already started prepping in Memphis to Indiana. When I got to Indiana, my stockpile tripled. It's like I had a grocery store, a whole grocery store. So when I got sick, I couldn't go to the store. I didn't feel like going to the store. I didn't feel like doing anything but sleeping. My stockpile helped out a whole lot. I had soups. I had everything that you need, but I didn't have the willpower to even go down there to get it to eat. So Mackenzie was in a position that we had stuff that was easy for her to prepare herself without her being hungry, and I know I couldn't do it because I know she was being very helpful with helping me with the things that I needed to do because most of the time I slept. I hadn't lose my sense of taste. I didn't lose my sense of smell. My head just was hurting and I didn't want to move. I just wanted to sleep. So when I was able to move around and barely could move around because I was just that weak, Mackenzie will put the chair in front of the stove for me and go downstairs and get a can of soup and I'll warm it up. By the time I finished doing that, I was back on the bed or back on the couch sleep. But had I not had the things that we needed in that house at that moment. So I don't know how some people feel. I don't prep because I feel it's doomsday. You know, we don't know when the world gonna come to an end. We don't know any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what to expect. We don't know what the next day is gonna hold. But being prepared for anything, I think that goes beyond what's going on in the world today. Everybody needs to have at least a month, 2, 3, 6, a year worth of extra supplies. And I hear a lot of people talk about bug out bags. Um, so I'm gonna start creating me and Mackenzie a bug out bag, and that's something that I want to keep in my trunk. I think if I try it, it would be the 1 gallon jar so I can see them too. Yeah. Say that's the only difference with water glass and eggs. With that 3 gallon bucket, I really couldn't see what was going on inside of it because the bucket was white. But with the gallon glass that I watched this other lady, I learned from is it Homestead and Family, Carolyn. She did it, and she used the clear glass jars. So that's one I want to do. Use the clear glass jars whenever I get situated. Um, if we don't go into depression, we will still need to have the soil because of all the recalls on food. I know. I was listening to Homestead Heart earlier, and she was talking about them putting in a bill to inject your lettuce with vaccines. Who wants to go to the store and get stuff like that? Not me. That's why I'm like, I'm so fearful of going to the store to get anything because you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you eating. And these people do not have to tell you what they put in the food. Granted, to me, it would be illegal if it was in my mind, but hey, who's to say? So if you start growing your own food, start preserving your own food, a lot of the stuff you can eliminate. I don't know if some of you guys use Azure standards. I hear a lot of people talk about them. So you might want to get you an account with them. We don't know what they putting in the food nowadays. What you said, Shay, what you said. They will lie anyway, exactly. Just to get the money. Now, my opinion, if everybody grew their food, preserve their own food, raise their own meat if they could, they can cut down a lot of stuff that they have to get from the stores. Find other ways. Barter with somebody. Well, Shay got cabbages that she grow. I don't grow cabbages. So maybe I can barter something that I do with Shay that she likes. You know what I'm saying? Like I want honeybees. We can barter. I could borrow some cabbages from you, and I give you honey. You know. So I honestly think we need to come together in this situation because we're gonna need each other. This world is full of BS, to be honest, and we don't know what to expect, including medicines. What you said, that's why I am trying to figure out a holistic approach on finding medicines that I can grow on my own property. Right now, I got common mullein and I got medicinal mushrooms out there growing. And I don't know what else out there on that property growing because I hadn't fully walked the whole 17 acres and I really hadn't explored like I want to. But I do know we got common mullein on the property and those edible mushrooms. I know I have lion's mane, I have chicken of the woods, and there's a couple of other ones that the forester had told me I had while I was walking with him. So my goal is to have a home apothecary on my property growing as many herbs as possible, whether it's medicinal or herbs to cook with. That's one of my goals. So if you got an apartment and you just got a patio or a deck, you can get raised bed gardens. Like not raised bed gardens. What is it called? Green stocks, because they don't take up a lot of space. You know what I'm saying? Stackable green stocks. You can get maybe one or two, and you can grow a lot of stuff in those little things. Because I done seen becoming a farm girl, Cassandra, grow massive amounts of foods on her patio deck at her townhouse. People who like hydroponic gardens, they grow indoors. I don't know if they have hydroponic gardens outside, but they do. Okay, so grow bars. Okay. So containers. So what other ways do you feel, or what other ways do you think a person should know when it comes to preserving food? So we do have freeze dry if anybody have freeze dryers. Um you can actually, I mean, freezer, like, you can do freezer meals. You can freeze a lot of stuff. But what happens when the electricity go out and you got all this stuff in a freezer? What would you do then? So my advice to you is find shelf stable ways to preserve your food that doesn't cause you to refrigerate it or freeze it. You know? Okay. So number one was canning, preserving food. Number two is stockpile basic pantry staples. How many of you know what a pantry staple is and what does it consist of? And do you stockpile these things? Um, Pantry staples could be rice, beans, potatoes, flour, sugar, um, anything that is a meal starter or can be potentially a meal would be considered a staple to me. So what does that consist of to you? What does that look like to you? Stockpile basic pantry staples. Rice. Yep. Rice, beans. To me, peanut butter is a staple. I mean, you got some peanut butter and some crackers, baby. That little meal will help fill you up some stuff. So Happy Mac said, yes, ma'am. Rice, beans, oats, sugar, salt, all that stuff that can last for years and years. Right. Not just regular traditional salt like Morton. That stuff ain't no good, no way. But if you can get the Redmond salt that everybody talks about, or um you're gonna need canning salt and you're gonna need pickling salt. Those are things that you need to stock up on. Vinegar, like all your vinegars that you use. So blessed flour, sugar, cornmeal. I would even say wheat berries. Stock up on wheat berries. The soft wheat berries, the hard white wheat berries, the soft wheat berries, because those are something that lasts years stored properly, and you can mill your own flour from that. So I would say wheat berries, something like that. TLC in the garden. Hey, how you doing, sis? It's been a while. So Shay said alcohol. Yep, vinegar for sure. Oh, I most definitely got plenty of that, plenty of the alcohol stocked up. So, TLC says flour can go rancid over time. Better to stock wheat berries and grind the flours as you need it. Hey, everybody! Right, right. TLC, seeds. Yep, that's on my list, but we hadn't got to it yet. But seeds. So my goal would be to grow my own wheat, harvest the wheat to get the wheat berries, and store them because buying flour from the store has all those adjectives in it. Well, if you grow your own wheat, and if you can grow your own wheat and get the wheat berries, that's better. But if you can't and find you a source to buy your wheat berries from, I think that's a better option too. Because one, you don't have anything added. You just only got the wheat berries. And then when you grind that into flour, it's only one ingredient in there. And that's just the flour. It's nothing added to it. So I think when you buying staples, anything that has less adjectives in it is better. You know, seeds. The alcohol and the vinegar can be used to make tinctures for the apothecary. Right. Right, Shay. I know some people may use starts with a G. Is it glycerin? Glisten? Some else that you can use besides the alcohol and the vinegar. Starts with a G, I think. I'm not I might not be saying the name right. I will be honest. I'm not likely to be the one growing wheat. I will trade for it if I need to. What you said is so blessed, but I plan on my goal is to grow the wheat. My goal is to grow the wheat and the corn so that I can meal my own corn. That's the goal. Right now, a lot of stuff that I got to do take precedent over that right now because by me being, yep, glycerin. So you can use glycerin, alcohol, and vinegar to make your tea, tinctures, and other stuff that you need for your medicines, your apothecary. Um, Number three. So number one was canning and preserving food. Number two was stockpile basic pantry staples. And number three is cook frugally stretch meals. I think when they say something like that, meal prepping is a good thing to do. It just depends on what you meal prepping. If you can prepare meals in a jar, like preserve your food and put meals in a jar, already meals in a jar, whereas that when you get ready to cook it, it's all ready to go. Or if you're preparing meal starters. So when you preserve your jars with meal starters and that be the base, that's something that can help you as well. I know a lot of people do freezer meals. That's a good thing. But the goal is to try to preserve shelf stable meals, meals that'll last a little longer than freezer meals, unless you got a freeze dryer. Now, if you got a freeze dryer, baby, you own some right there, because you can cook a whole. Yeah, yeast is one. Yeast is a staple too, cousin. Yep, yeast is the one. So, oh, I had my thought. I lost my thought. That's that sometimes, guys. When I was reading cousin Angela's comment, I lost the train of thought. Oh, freeze dried meals are like, say for instance you cook a pot of chili and you cook a lot of chili and you don't want to freeze it like the traditional way. You can take that chili and put in your freeze dried trays, freeze that and put it in the Milo bags, and you got already made chili ready to go, but you're using a freeze dryer. Same method applies if you use a regular refrigerator, but that don't last as long as freeze dried meals. So whatever works for you and whatever is the best option that you can afford, then that's what you do when it comes to stretching meals and cooking frugally. My goal, my goal is to cook as much as I can and prepare all my meals organically and from scratch. Is That's my goal. I don't know how many guys that's following us now. How many of you all prepare all of y'all meals from scratch? It's the idea of having a prepper's pantry or a prepared pantry or a stockpile, something that you want to rely on every day, meaning you cook from breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks and desserts from your pantries? Or is it just something that you want to do just to have just in case? Now, I follow a couple YouTubers that I follow, and they cook strategically from their stockpiles. Um, if I said yes, I'd be a liar. Happy Matt, I ain't cooked a meal from scratch in a long time. Since I've been here at my daughter's house, it's those get in while you fit where you fit in meals is what I've been cooking. But oh Lord knows I'm counting down the days till when I get to my land permanently. I'm gonna have a feast. I'm gonna cook in and everything that I can think I want to cook because I miss it. I miss preparing an actual meal, and I miss the fact that if you cook enough, you'll have leftovers. And it seems like the leftovers be better. I'm not sure if that's how y'all think. I mean, it seems like it gives the food enough time to the season to sit in with the leftovers. You can learn to make your own convenience food. What you said, TLC? Because I don't know if you guys know how much books, how many books I like. I mean, how much I like books, which I do like. I love books. But I was at Barnes and Noble a couple of months ago looking for a particular book, but something told me to go over there to the cookbooks. When I went over there to the cookbooks, I saw copycat recipes. Whereas that if you wanted to go to Chipotle, and if it's something on Chipotle that you truly like, they have a recipe for it. But everything that we conveniently eat, they have a recipe for it that you can prepare from home that's more healthier than you getting it to the from the place that's actually originally serving it. Now, I love dressing. I love dressing. I can eat dressing every day if I had it. Well, if I can learn how to preserve dressing, which I don't know if you can freeze dress. I mean, I know you can freeze dressing for a while. I don't know how long it lasts. But if I had a freeze dryer, I can preserve dressing longer. So I'm looking to the point that the way that I want to set up my pantries is going to be a working pantry, which is an everyday pantry, a short-term pantry, and a long-term pantry. Happy Max said my lazy girl living is gonna come to an end soon. Totally unhealthy. This year has been stressful. I gotta do. Happy Max, baby, you ain't by yourself. I feel you. I mean, the unhealthy, the I got a phone call today from the doctor, and I'm like, look, y'all need to figure out what y'all gonna do. Cause I need more energy. I need to get better. And y'all need to stop holding me back. I have to blame it on somebody else. But to be honest, a lot of the stuff that I'm dealing with is health wise, and me not eating right, me not exercising, and most definitely eating a lot of sweets and junk. So, girl, I understand, sis. I understand. So, we cover canning and preserving stockpile basic pantry staples, cook frugally, stretch meals. How many ways, what other ways do you all do to prepare and stretch meals? Like, name some of the ways that you guys think other people might benefit from. Like, you might preserve or stretch meals in a way that I've never thought about. So, what type of ways do you guys preserve, like stretch meals? Cook frugally? Do y'all meal prep? Do some people meal prep? Or do you just, I'm going to cook this today and you just go for it? I hope to make a new garden bed before the ground freezes, so I'll be ready for spring. Ain't nothing but to do it, right? Get it done, get it done. Like I got so many things that's floating around in my mind that I'm like, oh God. I need to quit being lazy. TLC said I need to quit being lazy and bring my prepper pantry to the house from the apartment. It's been almost 2 years and I still haven't cleared the apartment. Girl, you better get that done, TLC. Do you know my prepping stuff is in the storage. So I know for a fact I'm gonna have to go through all of that stuff. I'm gonna have to get rid of what I can have to get rid of, and I'm gonna have to keep what I can. But basically, I'll be starting over from scratch, like rebuilding everything from scratch. So if you got it, go get it. You never know. So just go get it, sis. I know we all lazy. Like I know I need to go over there to my storages and go through things that I'm gonna keep and get rid of things that that I'm not gonna use. So because when I move, I don't want to have to be hauling all this unnecessary stuff, and then this is stuff that I gotta go through to get rid of when I can do it while I'm here, and then be okay with putting what I got to put up. TLC Tina, I'm sorry, I can't remember. You said Tina. I have been working through everything that my mom had at the house already. Hey G Hud, hey. Yeah, that's I know that's a lot. I mean, people don't realize over the years we collect a lot of stuff. And if you don't do your traditional spring cleaning and going through the things that you know you need to go through, stuff gonna continue to pile up. Like that's my daughter used to call me a hoarder. I told her one day, I said, I bet you I won't be a hungry hoarder. But some of the stuff, if you can go a year or two out without some stuff that's being in a storage, you just holding on to stuff. That's all it is. And I've been holding on to a lot of stuff because I feel I need it. Hey Gia, thank you guys. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, guys. And thank you for watching. Appreciate you and being here. G Hud, Tina, you go empty. Right, Happy Mac, tell her, go empty it out. Get that thing empty. Okay. So, all right. Now, number 4 is say grow a victory garden. When I say grow a victory garden, what does that mean to you? Going through this house has been a job. 3 households in one, and 51 years of memories and stuff over with. TLC, I do understand. Lord knows I understand. Because when I was forced to put my stuff in storage, I was also forced to get rid of stuff. And I had over 1,000 cases of water that I literally got on Facebook Marketplace because I didn't want to haul that water anywhere because it was so much. I didn't want to fool with it. So I got on Facebook Marketplace and said free water. A lot of some of the people was like, "Is this a joke?" I'm like, "Nope. It's free water. If you want it, here's the address. Come and get it." People were showing up by the truckloads coming to get water. I cleared all of that water out in a couple of hours. Some of them was even calling people that they knew to come and get the water because I mean I didn't want to fool with it. I had the 275-gallon water totes. I had 4 of them. I didn't want to fool with it trying to put that in the storage. So I gave those away for free. It was a lot of stuff that I gave away for free last year when I lost my house. And the rest of the stuff I put in storage. So I get it. I get it. When it's overwhelming, when it's stressful, and you want to get it done, but you just don't feel like it. So I get it. I do get it. So when I say grow a victory garden, what does that mean to you guys? Happy Max said, meaning my own personal victory when gardening. It's healthy and allows me to keep fat stacks in my pocketbook. Well, a fat stack of $1 bills, but they add up. What you said, anything add up. I was watching this young lady that I came across, and she was talking about starting a farm or a garden using EBT. And if you have EBT, you can buy seeds and a fruit tree with EBT. Anybody that sells seeds and fruit trees, you most definitely can go and buy you some packages of seeds and fruit trees because they consider that as food. You all be blessed and replenish you. I mean, you will be blessed and replenish for your land. What you said, G Hood, I can't wait. So, going through this journey of self care, which I have a long journey to go. But starting is what's important. If I never started it, then I would been still with the little mind frame that I got. Hey, Deborah, welcome in, welcome in. So, guys, stockpiling and doing all these things is nice, but you got to take care of yourself first. And I have not taken care of myself. I've always taken care of everybody else before me. So now it's adding up. Seeds, fruit trees, and bushes can be gotten with EBT as long as the store accepts EBT, right? TLC. Some of those seeds that y'all seen in those big containers that I got from with EBT. And I was testing the theory because I didn't know. And people were saying, girl, you go get you some seeds with some EBT. You go get you some seeds with EBT. Baby, what they tell me that for? I went and tried to see, and I was like, it is true. It's so true. So yes, if you got EBT and you want to start you a victory garden or a little small garden for you and your family, and you don't have the way or the funds that you want to get you some 5 gallon buckets or green stock, get you some seeds with EBT, and get the planting. Get the planting. You can buy starts too. Oh, TLC, I didn't know we could buy starts. Oh, girl. Well, I can't do it on the 18th because I gotta go to the private on the 18th. So when I talk to the logger on the 18th, I will see where he's gonna cut trees down at, if he's gonna go and cut the trees. If he's gonna buy the trees from me in the area that he's gonna buy the trees at, I will see what it's gonna take because I don't want to buy seeds and go out there and start putting stuff out there and then they have to cut through there. That's gonna piss me off. That's gonna piss me off really bad. Cause my goal is to plant 100 fruit and nut trees in the replace of some of the trees that they're gonna take down. That's where I want some of my food forests to go. Wow, I knew about the seeds, but not the fruit bushes and such. Yes, Happy Mac. I was thrilled when I found out that was true. So, guys, if there's no excuse that someone can't start a tomato bush or some herbs from your windowsill, if you got the space, you can start your little gardens and your herbs. And if you got a patio, if you got a porch, anywhere that gets a little sun, because I know some people say some of the vegetables and fruits don't have to have sunlight. Some of them prefer shade. All you have to do is research those items to see which ones grow in shade best, as long as they get, whatever temperature is supposed to be out there. I'm not sure on that. But I do know there's some stuff that like shade. So you got a windowsill in your house that gets some sunlight, put you some herbs up there. This lady that I used to follow, she had a bedroom and she had shelves and she had hydroponics, and she grew in one of her spare bedrooms. So there's ways that you can grow food if you can't grow it on the massive on the You don't have to have all the acreage to grow a garden. You know, I've seen it done, patio gardens, small space gardens. I done seen it done. So you can do it. It's healthier. You know where your food coming from. You know what's going in your food. So why not try to do it? And a victory garden is something that you can be proud of because you can say, I did this for me. I did this for my family. I know what I put in this for me and my family that it's going to benefit us and it's more healthy. Even on a balcony, you will be surprised at how much you can grow. That was what I did until my mom passed and I got my childhood home. TLC, sorry about your mom. Um, but I know you are truly blessed to be in your childhood home. Those memories right there, man, to be somewhere that you grew up and yeah, that's a blessing. But sorry about your mom. Deborah, Gary, hey there. Did I say that before? If did hey again. I know we've been going so fast. And Deborah, how you doing? I'm like, I hope I spoke too. So I didn't know if anybody wants to come up and join me. Get off my feet, girl. Thank you. I appreciate you. Just sitting all on my toes. Um, so do anybody else have anything they want to say about the Victory Garden and what it means to them? When you first started growing or when you first made the decision, hey Sylvia, how you doing? When you first made the decision to stock, grow a garden, preserve food, um, change the way that you prepared meals, was it something that you dreamed of doing, or did something have to happen in order for you to change your mind frame? When I started prepping, nothing had happened. I was a part of the BS that brought me here, and they wanted us to prep. So I started prepping in 2018. And as I moved here, and I still continued to do it. So the way that I was prepping, I was buying in and everything. Whether I ate it or not, I bought it. Because when SHIT hits the fan and you hungry, you're gonna eat. So when I got sick, my pantry did help me out a lot. But now that I came into the garden community, the beekeeping community, the herbal community, the off-grid living community, I want to do things a lot different because I did buy a lot of stuff that had bioengineered products, that had stuff that I can't even pronounce. Like, I don't know what the name, I don't even know what this is. Why am I buying it? Why am I congesting it? That is not how I want to live when I move to this property. So why not change it? Why not start doing something now? Like a lot of stuff that I used to eat, I don't eat. Like literally don't eat. My problem is junk, sweets. Having sweets is what's bothering me. G Hud said the Lord told me during the pandemic. Right, G Hud. 2019 happened and I was trying to not be in a bad spot, then found I really love it. Yeah, Sylvia, sometimes when I started pressure cooking, when I learned how to start pressure cooking was through Homestead Heart. I did not realize I would like it so much. Granted, it was a lot of work to prep your food, prepare your food, prep your jars, get everything right to go in these jars, sit there and babysit that machine. It was a lot of work. But at the end of the day, when I pulled the jar out, that was something that I did. I was proud of that, and it gave me joy. So when I lost my house and I couldn't do that no more, I am literally determined to get back to doing that because it's convenient, it's healthier, and you took the time out to do it. Home sale hard and live from influenced me even more. Um, yeah, cause I get it, G Hud. I watch a lot of people that influence me to do things when it is beneficial. Um, I would have never learned how to pressure can had I not moved here. Cause when I was in Memphis, it never crossed my mind. When I was in Georgia, it never crossed my mind to pressure can. Never crossed my mind. And now that the freeze dryer is out there, oh Lord knows I want one of those. So Happy Max said, prepping was easy for me. My depression era grandparents taught me not to be a fool with any money that came my way. I wish I was around your grandparents for them to tell me that. Cause baby, all the money that done went through my hand, I could smack myself. Like literally, could have been in a better position, had a daycare in my home, made good money, but did in and everything I wanted to with the money and didn't invest it. So yeah, I could smack myself. I started prepping and canning a few years before I started gardening. Never plan on gardening, just wanted some salad and was tired of the lettuce recalls. Did you hear the latest? That they putting vaccine in the lettuce now? So it really makes me weary on even going to these stores now because you can't trust neither one of them, to be honest. To me, you can't trust none because all of them the same. They all get their food from the same place. Might be different prices and brands on them, but they all get them from the same place. That and I'm poor as a Hey girl, Dad, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in, bro. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. And we are talking about 10 things to prep or stockpile. What's for supper, girl, Dad? Happy Max said. Um, okay, we talked about the victory garden. Number 5 would be make your own homemade cleaning supplies. How many of you make your own homemade cleaning supplies? How about candles? How about soaps? How about shampoos? Cleaning supplies? Um, Anything that you can do that'll cut down the cost of you going out and buying stuff that you don't know what's made of. How many of you guys do that? Things that I want to do, I have a list of. Want to learn how to make soap, bath bombs, um, shampoo, dishwashing detergent, washing powder. It's a lot of things that I want to learn how to do, you know, that I've not yet done. Because to be told, my property is 10 minutes from Walmart. I don't want to have to rely on going to Walmart. I want to be able to make the things that I want to stock up on myself. So G Hud says she does. Sylvia is speaking. TLC said not yet, and Sylvia said I don't. Is that some things that you want to do in the future to make your own stuff? TLC, oh, G Hud said I do both, but if it's not there, I can make it. Right. I made laundry detergent to save money. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they got a recipe for everything you want to make. And then if you don't, you can create your own recipe. Sylvia said, I'm trying to learn. Yes. How many of y'all want? God knows I want to be a beekeeper where I can get the honey. But there's so much to honey and The medicinal property of the bees, as well as the beeswax. You can make you can make candles, you can make salves, you can make tinctures with the bee propolis. You can make a lot of stuff using bees, you know. And not only can you use them to make money, you can also use it to barter. You can barter some stuff. Shay said, I make my own soap and candles. Girl dad is speaking. Well, I sort of do. I make my own cleaner out of water, Dawn, and white vinegar. I do make a laundry detergent once a year. What did okay, girl dad said he made tacos. Oh, Taco Tuesday. That sounds heavenly. Okay. Shay is speaking to everybody. Guys, I do still got me. I mean, being up here by myself, I do got a little nerve. So I hope I'm doing good. So, what other things that, okay, you know how you go to the store and you buy these cleaning supplies or these personal supplies or household supplies, and you go to the store and you be like, you know what? I'm not gonna ever buy this again. What's that one items that stop you from going to get and you want to make it yourself? Did you ever experience that? Because dishwashing liquid is high. Cleaning supplies is high and it's full of trash. Like literally trash. It's not being it's doing more harm than anything. So um you're doing great. You're doing great. Yes, you'll do it. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. So, G Hud said milk. Okay. So, do you make your own milk? Like, you make your own almond milk, or what other kind of milk they got? Oat milk, almond milk, oat milk, hemp milk, cashew milk. Uh, is it the other ones that I missed? Because I learned um making almond milk is easy, you know. So, and I know G Mama got a machine that she used to press her own nuts to make her own milks. So I want to make washing powder. And okay. And G Hud said eggs. Yeah, you got chickens. Do you have chickens? Do anybody have chickens that they get their own eggs from? Like almond milk. I bought from the store once. Tastes like water. I was like, I don't want this anymore. So me and Mackenzie went back to traditional milk. I'm literally about to give up traditional milk. I just need to find a true alternate. So I'm guessing I can get me some organic almonds and just press them and make my own milk. No, when I get my lamb, I want a milking cow and chickens. Okay. I have chickens. I have chickens on be my oh, okay. I have chickens on my to get list. Shay said I have chickens too. My mom, I told you she is a hoarder, but she has 100 bottles of cleaners. That inspired me to just have the one I make. What you said happened, Matt? Because when I move out here, I'm in the country. When I get home, I am 10 minutes from Walmart, but I don't want to have to go to no store. I want to be able to eliminate a lot of stuff. Like, I really want to be 100% self sufficient, making everything that I can from scratch. That includes bread. So, do anybody make homemade breads like loaf breads, sourdough bread? Do y'all make any of that? Is that something that y'all do on a regular? Or is that something y'all want to learn how to do? I don't like the other milks. They taste like nothing. What you said. What you said. Cousin said, let them nerves go. You got this solo and you are doing great solo. Well, thank you, cuz. You talk to Small Dreams. How she doing? If you talk to her, tell her I said hi. I've been missing her. I make rolls. I do. I've never learned how to make any other breads except for cornbread, hot cakes, not hot cakes, hot water cornbreads. Some people call them hoe cakes, but we always call them hot water cornbread and biscuits. That's it. I've never learned how to make anything else, and I do want to be able to make my own breads. Um, yes, I make breads, not 100%. Okay. Do any of you all can bread? Happy Max said, moo juice needs to come from a moo. Ah, snap. Sylvia said yeast rolls. Yeah, see, it's a lot. I mean, people don't realize it's so much I want to do and learn how to do, but the stuff that I want to learn how to do is gonna help me out on the land in the long run, you know? What did you say, Tampa? What did I say? Um, what did you say? Wait a minute. I'm trying to see what did I say. If you talking about what G Hood Happy Max said, moo juice needs to come from a moo. Is that what you talking about, G Hood? Mm. I never tried that. I have seen videos of canning peach cobbler. Girl, this lady canned this pecan filling like type thing. What is that thing called? Is it a ramekin? You know the little white thing called is that a ramekin? She made some peach, not no peach, pecan type filling like for a pecan pie, and she put it in that ramekin with that crust, but she pressure canned the pecan filling for the pie. She pressure canned it in the little small jars like you do jelly and jams, and that's something she pulled off the shelf. She put it in one of the ramekin. She made the little crust to go on top of it, and she had homemade pecan pie in a ramekin. And I'm like, just to be able to preserve all of this type of stuff and have it shelf stable. Peach cobbler is one of my favorites. If I could preserve banana pudding filling, baby, I would do it. But I don't think you can pressure can flour when it comes to making pudding and stuff like that. You can start now before you move as far as baking bread. Sylvia, I can't. I don't have the room. I'm in my daughter's house. So a lot of stuff I'm putting on hold until I can actually move. Oh, are you talking about the list, G Hood, of all the stuff that I said first? If that is that what you're talking about? Because the list, if that's what you're talking about, I can read you the list. Never can breads. The only rebel canning I have done is milk and butter. Yes, ramekin. Wow. Okay, I text her. Yeah, yeah. This lady that she named Carter, and her channel is called Grow and Preserve. Oh, okay, okay, G Hug. Yeah. Okay, I get it. I know now what I was saying. Um, never can breads. Yeah, make it make. The young lady that I follow, she does Amish recipes. She can zucchini bread in the oven in her mason jars, and they're designed to last on the shelf for a year. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So G Hud said, you asked if anybody canned bread. That's what I was talking about. Pressure canning bread. Make, she does. Yep, she does bread in the oven and it lasts up a year. But the recipe that she used is the base recipe for any type of bread. Say if you don't want zucchini bread, you use everything else in the recipe except for zucchini, and you put apples, or you put pears, or you put whatever carrot bread, or whatever you want to put in the place of the zucchini. Everything else is the same. So if you follow her, she has that video up on her channel, and you can get the recipe off of her um description. I can butter. Okay, that would be made. So is that the same thing as what Homestead Hard did when she canned butter? It became ghee, G Hud, or is it different, Sylvia? TLC, you ever see that lady that water bath cans everything like the Amish do? Blows my mind. You talking about make? Yes, I love them. She does everything like the Amish do. Now I do follow a lot of Amish channels too. Um, cause if you be honest, the Amish people when they pressure can, they don't talk about debubbling. They don't talk about none of the stuff that, because they don't pressure can, they water bath can. They don't talk about the stuff that we talks about being debubbling, botulism, and all that type of stuff. They don't talk about it. They never talks about it because they've been pressure canning and preserving for years. When did they change it? Talking about debubbling and botulism. And when you get botulism, it's because you didn't do something right. It's a step that you didn't follow. You know. Um. Okay. No Happy Mac. Yes, ghee is great for canning. Ghee. Okay, so ghee is different from canning butter. So I need to figure out what's the difference. Do any one of y'all got a video on the difference of canning ghee and then canning butter? So what do you use ghee for? I keep hearing it, but I don't know what you use it for. But I know butter, you know. So when you can butter, is that the same way the same thing that you can use to bake with if you can in the butter? I have wheat berries and I have an electric and manual wheat grinder. I don't need a year's worth. What you said? What you said? Because I know everybody talks about Azure Standard, and I know Azure Standard sell wheat berry. So yeah, I want to buy mine in the bulk. Ghee, you have to cook off the milk solids to make ghee. Okay. See, I'm about to research that because I don't know how to do that. I've never, yeah. People really do get sick when canning wrong. I don't have time to be unaliving me or anybody I love. What you said, G Hud? That's when botulism come in. Since they done came up with the technical term botulism, it's because people try to cut corners and try to do all this extra stuff knowing that they not supposed to do it. And sometimes they don't even pressure can it or water bath can it the full time. You have to do these steps. If you want to be safe, you cannot cut corners when water bathing and pressure canning. You cannot. I use ghee to dip my. Sylvia, ain't nobody. I'm not eating no crab, so let you get all the ghee you want. Ghee has all the milk fats out. Okay, you have to low boil the butter and separate the milk solids out of it. That's ghee. When it's safe to can. Okay. Melt the butter and cook it till all the milk solids are cooked away and the clear butter is left. Ball Blue Book of Canning is the Canning Bible. I got all kinds of canning books. I love books. Like literally love books. My go-to is books. Granted, if I want to look on the internet for a recipe or something or Pinterest or something like that, that's fine. But 9 out of 10, a recipe book, or I call my grandma and ask my grandma for a recipe because I like books. I like to see things. I'm a rebel counter to a point. Okay, Sylvia. Ghee has a higher burning temp than butter. Well, that's something I will can meal. Really, Sylvia? You can can meal? I thought you not can it, but you just vacuum seal it. Is vacuum sealing the meal or vacuum sealing the put the meal and the flour in a jar and then just vacuum seal it? Can you preserve it that way? Will that last a while? Potatoes and onions cooked on the grill in aluminum foil will give you botulism before canning. Yeah, because people have been doing it for centuries, and they don't talk about no botulism. It's I don't know where they come from. No cooked food. They don't talk about the bubbling. They don't talk about none of the stuff that they tell us to do. I love instructional books. If it's a story, I ain't reading it. Lazy girl. Hey, twin, you up? You is up. Hey, 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 hey. Let me give you some fireworks, girl. Let me give you some fireworks. Sis twin is in the building. I like when broke farmers say that. Presbyterian in the building. He be tripping me out when he say that. Yes, some people can. There are leftovers. See, I want me a freeze driver, sis. G Hood, I want the freeze driver so I can freeze dry my leftovers. When I make a big batch of something, I can freeze dry it. When I say canned meals, I mean pasta sauce with me. Oh, okay. Okay, Sylvia, I thought you was talking about meal like the corn meal. But yeah, meals in a jar. Yep, I get it because I like meals in a jar. Okay, so guys, we talked about canning. Number one was canning and preserving food. Number two was stockpile basic pantry staples. Number three was cook frugal stretch meals. Frugal and then stretch meals. Number four was grow a victory garden. And then number five, make your own homemade cleaning supplies. So number six is bartering and trade skills. Do anybody barter now? Do anybody have trade skills? Woodworking, mechanic, plumbing, electricity. Um, Do you all have any of these skills that you can use to trade stuff with? Bartering. Um, Let me see. G Hud says yes. Twin said we all do when we swap seeds. That's true. That's true. That is true. Um, but this is hypothetically. Everybody know I wants to have bees. Everybody know I'm gonna have honey, beeswax, other little stuff that goes with the bees. That's something you can barter. You know, it's a lot of things that you can barter. That if I'm growing medicinal herbs, and Jihud says she needs some calendula or she needs some feverfew. Well, if she got some lemon balm and I want some lemon balm and I don't have it, and she wants some feverfew, we can barter, you know? So it's good to have these things on hand so you can do these things. Like Jihad need a chicken coop built. And we can barter stuff for certain things. People, the words I'm trying to say is I'm trying somebody help me out. Well, because uh bartering and trading skills, trade skills, I like know-how books. I like a lot of DIY books. I like books to learn how to do certain things. Um I like to barter. I got 3 big bags of beets, and I gave my coworker a ginger and turmeric plat. Now, see, so they gave you the 3 big bags of beets for the ginger and the turmeric plant. I trade, barter some things, but I used to hate it. Yeah, like back in the day when somebody say, my grandma used to say, because I ain't never seen my grandma barter nothing. But my grandma always say, go down now and take this cup of sugar to Miss Hattie. And she gonna give you a bag and you bring that back. So I'm guessing that's what they were doing back in the day when I was younger. They were bartering with each other. Because I borrow a cup of sugar from you. That means when it's time to repay you back, I give you another cup back. I don't know. That's just how my brain think, guys. I'm like, literally, okay. I always try to barter even in the stores. Silly, y'all. Okay. So the beats came from my co-worker garden. And that's good. That's good, G Hood. That's a form of bartering. Yeah. Um, you know how some people say, well, if I give you this, what you gonna give me? Why you gotta say it like that? Why I gotta always give you something? Why can't I just give you this or you give me this and this? We some people just selfish. We have developed selfishness really bad. No, I ain't trading food. I live in an apartment. They gonna smell my stockpile bacon and try to get cousin. Cousin. She said she ain't trading no food. Well, I'm being in Swamp Monkey Valley. Ain't gonna have no neighbors around me. I want to learn how to process wood from a tree trunk. What you mean by that, G Hood? That's the first time I've heard that statement. I want to learn how to process wood from a tree trunk. Okay, while she waiting, I'm gonna go on. In my head, I heard you say, "Go down there and trade this cow for a handful of magic beans." Baby, girl, having back craze. I love her. Uh, so I'm waiting on G Hood to tell me about how what processing the wood is. But yeah, but guys, it's so funny that I'm 48 years old, and the stuff that I want to learn now, I never wanted to learn it when I was young. I'm like, everybody, nobody trying to grow no beans. Nobody try to be around no bees. I used to run from bees. I wasn't trying to be no beekeeper. But now I'm trying to learn any and everything that can be beneficial with I'm on this land out here. Like what the forest is going to do with the trees they get from you. I don't know what they gonna do. Long they give me my money, G Hood, because they not getting them for free. I'm gonna sell them. But some of my trees I'm gonna break down for firewood and ash. I'm gonna like the trees that's falling down that ain't really no good. I'm gonna burn them and I'm gonna use the ash to spread over my garden. One of my customers was like, you know what we missing now? I was like, what you mean? He said they used to do it all the time, but don't nobody do it anymore. And I'm like, what is that? He said put ash in your garden, like burning trees and woods and leaves and stuff, and sprinkling it over your garden beds. He said our body needs ash, and I'm like, you in my mind, I'm like, you weird. I ain't never heard nobody say that. You are the first person I've ever had to hear that we have to sprinkle ash over your garden. Have any of you all ever heard that term before? Or have you ever did it? Or do you even know anybody that done that? I wish I had a portable lumber mill. I have some nice trees and lumber is so expensive. Happy Mac. I was like, you know what? You sound like something I wanted. Like I wanted a barn built, a wood shop built, and I wanted to get me one of those lumber mills to put in my wood shop. So, but that's just down the line because that's a cost. That is a real cost. So Sylvia said, yes, we do that in the garden. Okay, so y'all use ash. Presbyterian say I do it wood ash. So you get ash. Y'all get ash in y'all body when y'all put it in y'all gardens. It's called woodworking. See, you live long enough and you be in the right place at the right time, you learn something. Wood ash is mixed in the soil. Yes, it is used. A lot of people put ash in their garden. Yeah, because he was talking to me in the car about the gardening. But you know, when people get in my car and they be want to talk about certain things, I change the subject real quick and I talk about growing gardens and farming and herbalism and bees. Yes, or carpenter. My grandfather was a carpenter. He was a carpenter, a plumber, electrician. He worked as the building engineer at the school. But when he wasn't working at the school, he used to do a lot of stuff on the side. I learned how to build things and paint from him. I didn't learn how to do plumbing or electricity. Those two things I would love to learn how to do. I don't think I'm too old to learn. It's just trying to figure out who to learn from. So, because I don't know if they still have uh, I'm guessing you can go on YouTube and learn some things, but I'm not to mess with no electricity without somebody teaching me about it. Yes, my grandparents always dumped the wood ash in the garden. Not tons of it gets till under in the spring. Yep. So it is something that we need in our bodies. Because he said we need it in our bodies. So number 7 would be repair instead of replace. Some things can be repaired. Like if you got an old kitchen table and some chairs, and if it's not broken in half, and even if it's broken in half, you can replace a lot of stuff because if one of the legs is missing or the chair cushion is messed up, you can upholster some stuff. So one of the items is to repair instead of replace. How many do you all take time to repair things before you actually just throw it out? You should keep talking because that's a good way to network. You never know who you will meet. What you said 10. I mean not 10 but 20. What you said. I'm like, okay, I got all my hair gone. Do I still look like my twin? My daughter said, yup. This is Google definition. A carpenter is a skilled tradesperson who works with wood to construct, install, and repair wooden structure, including furniture, doors, and other building components. Thank you, G Hub, for sharing that. Uh, Cause all I know is a copy to build things. That's all I was gonna say. But thank you for giving us the definition. I appreciate you. I will try to repair first before replacing it. Exactly. I can do plumbing. I can run the electrical lines and outlets, but someone else has to hook it to the panel. I've been zapped before. See, I ain't even doing that. And then like some people say, girl, you could change your ceiling fan. I ain't changing nothing. I hire somebody to put me a ceiling fan up. I ain't touching that. Essentially processing the word through various techniques like cutting, shaping, and joining. See, some of the stuff I can do, but not all of it. Yes, Happy Mac. I know how to hang sheetrock, tape, and mud it. I know how to pull the wires, but I'm not wiring the box. Exactly. I'm not messing with no electricity, especially if I don't know how to do it. And do they even still have trade schools to teach people that type of stuff? Because I know back in the day, they had wood shop, they had mechanic, home ec. They had all kinds of little stuff that you can do in school that I don't think they do today. I'm a big DIY. I have more tools than my husband. That comes from being single for so long. Baby, G Hood, I know what you mean, because I got all kinds of stuff. Like what y'all and it's so surprising to people. What you need that for? Why? You never know what type of tool you need, especially if you used to doing stuff by yourself. And I'm used to doing stuff by myself all the time. Like when I was married, everybody used to say, you got to let the man lead. You got to let the man do this. You got to get a man an opportunity to do this. Well, if you buy a bookshelf and you ask this person to put it together and it just lay in the floor for weeks at a time and you finally trip over it and hurt yourself, then okay, I'm done with asking you to put stuff together. I'm going to do it myself. So from then on, yep, I always put stuff together by myself. I didn't ask nobody to do any of that. Yes, you can still go to school for a trade. Well, then I'm going to have to look into Arkansas because I don't really want to try to do anything up here. Exactly. When you're on your own, you have no choice. What you said, G Hood, I'm cheap too. Yes, my little cousin is doing his apprenticeship for a journeyman. He's gonna be my new electricity, but he doesn't know it yet. Haven't met. Put him to work. Put him to work. I know the forester when we was walking the project property. He told me if I ever needed help with some of my farm chores and stuff, some of the high schoolers um be looking for little part-time jobs during the summer. So I might can get some people to come and work for me. So that's good to know. I love putting stuff together. Exactly. You and me both. Yay. We all cheap. Yes, we are. I hear you, G Hood. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, number 8, it goes hand in hand with number 7, which is repair instead of replace. Number 8 is saving and reusing everything. How many of you guys buy freezer bags and you use the freezer bags to freeze something? But when you take the stuff out the freezer bag, do you throw the freezer bag in a garbage? Or do you wash it and reuse it? That's just like jars, mayonnaise jars, pickle jars. You can rewash that stuff and you can reuse it. You don't have to keep throwing everything in the garbage, especially if it has a purpose in your stockpile, in your bathroom, in your kitchen, wherever you can use it at. We not cheap, we frugal. Happy Max said, I reuse and recycle, wash it. Sylvia said, I wash freezer bags. And Twin said, I reuse it, but not if I put meat in it. So even if you wash it out, you still wouldn't use it if you put the meat in it after you wash it. So yeah. So what other things do people do? What other things that do people use, reuse, that is something that we have not listed? Depends on what was in it. I keep freezer bags under the sink for compost or for my eggshells. G Hud. I watched Becoming a Farm Girl use eggshells. So what do you do? Just crush them up in a blender and you just sprinkle them on your garden? And if that's the case, how often do you sprinkle them on your garden? I use the pasta sauce jar to pressure can in and use a regular canning list. Twin, you gotta go to work in the morning. Only if I wash it with a little bleach. Okay. Okay. I get that. Some of those potato chips bags are super heavy. I wash those and vacuum me. Oh, I never thought about that happening, Matt. Yeah, I ain't never thought about that one. So with y'all know about the vacuum sealer, right? The machine part that you have the little plastic bags and you put little stuff in and then you put it in the machine. It sucks all the air out. Do any of you guys use those? Ooh, gee, that sounds mighty cheap for me. Y'all making me tell my secret. No, because I never thought about that. Shoot, you never know. People hear things and they be like, that do make sense. Sylvia, y'all said, dang, Mac. And Gia said, I do just that. I put it in the soil at the beginning of each season. Okay. Okay. Yes, I do. I'm getting sleepy, but I really wanted to support you. Oh, twin, I appreciate you. We almost through. We is almost through. So is there any other things that you guys um use and you don't throw away and you reuse them? I have one a vacuum sealer, but haven't used it. Honey, I got two of them. I ain't never used it. I had two vacuum sealer machines, three dehydrators, and one pressure canner. The steam canner and the ball and jam jelly maker. I've only used the Presto 23 quart. I've not used anything else. But I got them. I most definitely got them. I always vacuum seal meat I put in the freezer. Yes, vacuum sealer. I always have a professional heat sealer cutter that I resize bags with. Yeah, because I heard that you can cut those bags down. To go claim shells for starting my seeds. Two pressure canners and two dehydrators. So, do anybody in the group have a freeze dryer yet? Or is that something that y'all gonna get? Do anybody have one now? And if you have one now, how do you like it? Is it all that? Is it what everybody make it seem like it is? While I'm waiting on that, number 9 is basic first aid and healthcare knowledge. How many of you are CPR certified? CPR and first aid certified. I want a freeze dryer, but dang, they are so expensive. You know they got a layaway. Twin. Harvest White got a layaway. I want one, but the cost is hard for me to swallow and the cost to use it. Baby, I want one. I want actually, I want two of them. But I want to figure out, can that thing be ran by solar? Like instead of being plugged into the grid, I wonder, can you hook that machine up on solar? If I made a video about making a solar dehydrator, do you think anyone would like it? I would. I would love to watch it. Because making a solar dehydrator, oh, I would be interested in doing that. The only thing I see with the freeze dryers is the sweets. And all those aren't all that. Gee, I done seen the sweets too, but I done seen people put full meals in theirs, like literally freeze dry meals that they cooked that they didn't want to actually put in a traditional freezer. So yeah, I could see me doing that. Okay, so Twin says she's CPR and first aid certified. Their farm is going to do a video on using the freeze dryer and solar power on solar power. Was CPR certified, but let it expires. Okay, and you know that dehydrator is gonna be cheap, 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 cheap. Right. So number 9 was basic first aid and healthcare knowledge. So being first aid and CPR certified is a good thing. Having healthcare knowledge is a good thing. But if you don't have those things, having books on any type of healthcare, survival books, books on first aid, books on CPR. If you can get some of those things in your hand or put it in your library, that'll be helpful. Stocking up on meds is a good thing. You know, band-aids, gauze, um, ointments and creams. So putting those in your stockpile is a good thing to have as well. I used to be certified CPR, but not now. Now I feel guilty. Happy Mac, don't feel guilty, sis. Cause I had let mine expire years ago when I stopped doing childcare. But I most definitely want me and Mackenzie to take a CPR and first aid class. That's something I want us to have before we go out here on this land permanently. I've seen the meal, but I don't want to rehydrate nothing. $2,400 for nasty? No, not for me. People' job is to make it look tranquilizing. Happy Mac says, don't feel guilty. You have the knowledge you can still help someone. Right. And if you're not CPR and first aid certified and that's something that you want to do, by all means, go do it. You know, you never know what situation you might be in. Yes, make the video happen, Matt. And the last thing on our list is create a budget and stick to it. How many times you say you're gonna stay on budget, but you never do? I'm guilty. How many of you all rely on lists going to the stores or whatever just lists and don't stick to the list? I'm guilty. So create a budget and stick to it. So we talked about the 10 things for canning and preserving food, stockpile basic pantry staples, cook frugally or stretch meals, grow a victory garden, make your own homemade cleaning supplies, bartering and trade skills, repair instead of replace, saving and reusing everything, basic first aid and healthcare knowledge, and then create a budget and stick to it. Mm, I stay on budget. I always have a budget. I stay on a list, may add one or two things I may have forgotten, and working on a budget. I shop 99% sales. And that's something that I have to work on. That's something Tampa has to work on because I was the type of person, if I wanted it, I just went and bought it. I didn't care about the cost. And so that's something that I know will affect me in the long run when I get out here on the property, that I can't just be buying stuff because I see it. It has to have a purpose if I buy it. You know, um, Getting chickens, that has a purpose. I can get eggs and I can get meat if I choose to eat the meat. I can also get fertilizer, chicken fertilizer. So the chicken has three options or three purposes that I know right offhand. What else the thing have? Um, if you have an area that you need cleaning up, you can put those chickens in that area and they'll scratch it up for you. So I do know having chickens have benefits. Everything that's going to go on this property that I have will have to have a purpose. It's not going to be on there if you don't have a purpose. If I don't eat pigs and I don't eat pigs, there's no reason why pigs need to be on my property because I have not had pigs, pork in almost 10 years. So, no, that won't be on my land. Anything that does not have a purpose in my stock pantry or in my kitchen, bathroom, house, if it ain't got a purpose, it ain't going to just be sitting there. I'm over with buying stuff to just say I bought it and for it to just sit there and don't get any use. Um, that's me, G Hud. Sales is when I stock up. Okay. Yes, chickens eat all the evil ticks and bugs. So G Hud said, off subject alert. What do y'all do for hot flashes? Asking for a friend. Oh, I have to turn on the fan and open up the window if it's cold enough. Take my clothes off. That's what I do. But I didn't just really experience no hot flash like that. Granted, I don't like the heat no way. So, do anybody else got a answer for G Hud? What do y'all do about hot flashes? You can sell the pig to help stock your pantry. Um, I think that's one thing that I'm not supposed to have on my property is a pig farm. So I have to look at my lease again. Not my lease, my contract again. Um, yeah, I think that's one thing I'm not supposed to have on the property. I know I'm not supposed to have a commercial greenhouse growing cannabis, which everybody know is illegal to grow cannabis in Arkansas anyway. Weed, natural herbs, black cohosh. Mm, what I did was drink a lot of water, and it may sound funny, but I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that cereal. Jill said I'm bad. I'm bad at both of those cereal. Yep, I don't know nothing about that one. I don't know. But sure I mean sure not, you can also tell them Valerian too. Okay. Um so I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, it's in here. Livestock. It said, no swine shall be raised, bred, or kept in a commercial capacity. So when I read that, I'm guessing they said, when they said commercial capacity, that means a lot of pigs that you selling, or I don't know. Your guess is good as mine. But I know I'm not supposed to have pigs as a commercial, but I don't eat pig no way, so I see no need for me to have that. But guys, I'm gonna thank you guys for coming in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And your girl is about to shut it down. I appreciate y'all. And Twin most definitely staying up past your bedtime. Raising, okay, it say raising and selling pigs is a no. So you can't be a pig farmer. Where do they get their bacon? Your guess is good as mine. I don't even know. Good night, twin. Awesome live. Thank you guys. I appreciate you joining me. And I hope I did good through this. So great talk, y'all. Thank you, Tampa and y'all. So I will see y'all in these YouTube streets tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.